Hello, my darlings. Welcome to a quick little new moon in Sagittarius reading, my dears. We're going to jump right in with this deck and we're going to go ahead and see what might be coming in for the new moon and what you need to keep in mind around manifesting. This video is being geared towards those of you who maybe have challenges when it comes to manifesting. Maybe you're not confident about your manifesting abilities, or maybe you might be feeling blocked in some way. So I'm asking for Spirit to come in and to bring in some guidance, some messages, some help. What do you all, those of you drawn to this video, need to keep in mind to ensure that you're going to be able to manifest in this new moon energy? Alrighty, my dears. I'm getting the number 4. Okay, so Spirit wants you to know things are happening behind the scenes for you. They've already begun, okay? They've begun even before tonight, even before this new moon. Your angels and guides have been picking up on your wishes, your thoughts, your prayers, your desires, and they're working behind the scenes to make things happen for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So rest assured and know that help is not only on the way, it's been being put to work. It's already in motion. So this is a little affirmation that you can say to yourself starting now. That which I'm affirming is already in motion. It's already being formed. It's already on the way. It's already coming down the pipeline. So try to look at it in this way, that it's already assured, it's already processing, your angels are already working on it, okay? Try to keep in mind that energy. So the first thing we have coming up here is hope. Okay, my dears? So you are being encouraged to keep that hope alive and to keep that belief alive. So this is kind of also telling us what the block has been for some of you. Some of you, my dears, you have been afraid to hope. Hope has been a scary thing for you because you've just kind of thought, well, I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get my hopes up. This is something you need to be cautious of because it might be such an autopilot kind of thing for you where you don't even realize that you're doing this, right? There is such a thing of being, optimistically cautious, and it makes sense to kind of want to, keep your emotions guarded. But what is the first thing Spirit said coming into this message? First thing Spirit said coming into this message is we're already working on it. You need to realize that, and you need to see that as this is already in progress. This is already happening, right? Your order is already being prepared. So some of you have to kind of work on this fear that you have to allow yourself to hope or to allow yourself to dream, and to just keep that hope alive. Do what you can to keep that hope alive. Spirit is saying that some of you have a really hard time with manifesting, with meditations and stuff like that. Like some of you have a really hard time meditating. Some of you have a really hard time with the whole visualizing or vision boarding. I don't blame you guys. I'm right there with you in terms of like the visualizations and the vision boarding. That's never worked for me. But Spirit is saying that what's going to help, and it helps me too, I can tell you from my experience, this can be very helpful, is try to manifest this time around, instead of the vision boarding, instead of the like trying to visualize it, listen to music that makes you feel hopeful or makes you feel inspired or makes you feel the feelings that you want to feel, or watch movies. Watch movies. They can be mainstream movies that just kind of make you happy, that make you feel inspired, or that kind of portray the situation or the life or the lifestyle that you're wanting to manifest for yourself in this full moon. And as you're watching that movie, like imagine yourself in it, right? Or like just imagine that that's something that's coming for you. I hope you understand what I mean by that, but this is one way in which Spirit is saying you can kind of practice being able to hope. Because I know it might not be an easy transition, especially when you're used to getting disappointed, especially when you're used to, things not working out. So keep this in mind. This is one really positive way that you can go ahead and be able to manifest in this new moon cycle. So next, my dears, we have divine timing, right? We all hate to hear patience, right? We're like, how much more patient can I be? But when divine timing comes up, this is obviously saying, again, there's things happening behind the scenes that you might not be aware of. Spirit is saying one of the blocks that a lot of you are having with your manifesting is when it comes to the message of timing, because some of you are already pulling cards for yourself. Some of you are already sitting there with your oracle decks and your tarot cards, and you're like, when is this going to happen, and when is that going to happen? And you're getting the Temperance card, and you're getting the Hanged Man, or you're getting these cards that are saying wait, or divine timing, and you're feeling very frustrated, and you're feeling very discouraged, because the first thing you're doing is you're blaming yourself. You're blaming yourself, and you're saying, oh, I must not be ready, or oh, Spirit's telling me I have to heal. How much more could I possibly heal? How much more could I possibly need to heal? And you're blaming yourself. You have to understand something. I feel like this card is coming up because a lot of you out there are trying to manifest something that has to do with another person, right? Whether it's like coming across soul family, or whether it's coming across your life partner, or whether it's somebody in your life doing the work they need to do to heal and to get it together. These are things that this is up to someone else to do their share of the work. So just because it's not time for it to happen right this second, or just because it hasn't been time in the past for it to happen just then, it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean that you're not spiritual enough. It doesn't mean that you're not healed enough. It could mean that the person who's involved in your manifestation needs to get their crap together. Okay? So don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself in terms of, like, it's your fault that this hasn't happened yet. And understand and know that there are reasons why it hasn't happened yet. For some of you, and this has come up in the past in some other videos, the reason why this manifestation hasn't happened yet is because you are gonna have to give up someone or something else for it. And there could be some drama that gets in the way. There can be some haters. There can be some toxic energy. There can be some codependent people. So maybe Spirit is waiting for you to be ready to really be able not to let that drama take away the joy of the moment. So what you can do is right now, so that you can be ready, is begin practicing not to allow other people's low vibration to bring you down. Because Spirit wants you to be able to celebrate this moment when this job comes in, or this money comes in, or this soul family comes in, or the love of your life comes in, whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Don't let other people rain on your parade. So this is one of the ways some of you can speed up the manifestation, is if you can get in the habit of being in your joy, knowing that you deserve to be happy, and not allowing other people to pull you into their drama or their negativity. Okay, so this is going to be for a select group of you. This is a general reading, so it might not 100% resonate with every single one of you. It may be bits and pieces that resonate, and that's fine. But those are some messages to keep in mind there in terms of that. So next, my darlings, here we have change. Okay? You're going to have to be ready, because so many of you are used to nothing manifesting, right? So many of you are used to things being stagnant. And it can be very frustrating. But now, a lot of planetary shifts are happening. A lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are collectively releasing. So this is the time of movement. As a society, we are coming into a time of movement. The energies are coming into a time of movement. So a lot of things that have been stuck are going to get unstuck really fast. And it's like things are going to begin speeding up and things are going to begin happening quickly. And you need to be ready to go with it, to flow with it, to move with it, because you are being guided. See how she's got her arm up and the wind is just like kind of, this little cloak she has wrapped around her, this blanket or whatever it is, how it's just filling up right there. It's making me think of like the sail of a ship, right? Like the wind is just coming in and the sail is catching that wind and it's being propelled, it's being moved in a certain direction. And so this is what's happening. Your sails are finally catching that wind and you're going to be moving very quickly in a new direction. So for some of you, you need to practice adapting to change, allowing change, to have the faith and the belief that whatever is happening is a part of you getting what you've been wanting to manifest, that it's a part of the journey to get to where you need to be. Now, Spirit is saying for some of you, this change is going to feel like turbulence. Spirit is saying for some of you, this change will feel like turbulence on a plane, right? You might be going to an amazing place on this plane ride. It may be taking you to somewhere that, you're just going to want to live there forever, and it's going to be a very enjoyable, beautiful paradise place for you. But there's going to be some turbulence on the way. And sometimes we got to suck it up and we got to put up with that turbulence because it's a part of the travel. It's a part of the journey to where we need to be. And this to me is really confirming, my dears, that for some of you, the divine timing reason has been because unfortunately, you're going to have to part ways with some toxic people who are going to, make some upsetting situations or who are going to, make some drama. And so you need to be prepared that you can deal with the changes that are going to be happening fairly quickly. Some of you are finding yourself in a situation where these toxic people are people that you've been living with. So there could happen something within the next 30 days or so where you're finding all of a sudden you have to move. There could be some kind of a tower moment. There could be something that arises and you're like, holy cannoli. Like, yeah, I wanted to get out of here, but I didn't think it was going to happen so fast, or I wasn't quite prepared. For those of you where this happens, Spirit says continue to hold faith. Continue to, keep that hope alive. Continue to be in your belief that the door is going to open for the right place for you, right? Do what you need to do. Ask around, look around, but don't panic. Don't panic because it happens so quickly. Understand that it's happening because you are being led or you are being guided to a better situation for yourself. For some of you, in order to manifest, you physically need to get out of the current environment before that can happen, before you can manifest, because there might be a lot of toxic people who are just kind of feeding off your energy. And you've been like, well, I've been trying to get out, but I can't seem to get out. So don't be surprised that for some of you, this big change has to do with a sudden move that you weren't anticipating. So maybe what you can do is starting right now, do what you can to save, some extra money. Every little bit counts. Every little bit helps. Maybe start looking around. Maybe start keeping your eyes open right now for places that might be available or opening up, or people that might, take you in as a roommate if need be, or whatever the case. But for some of you, this change is going to have to do with, a quick and sudden move. Next, my dears, we have gentleness, right? And it's so fitting here because we have this bride, and the bride can very much be a symbolism of like this whole new life, right? Like going out to start your own life, going out to start your own family, even if family is in the sense of a family of friends, or a family is a sense of a soul family. You are going to join something new or something of your own, creating something of your own. And the gentleness here, you know, the gentleness here that we might think that might come from this very nurturing energy, this very someone who's just filled with love and hope and sees the promise for the future. So go in with that same energy, go in with that same feeling, where you're also going in terms of this is a new role that you're assuming in your life, right? That this is a new identity that you're assuming in your life. And I also keep hearing commitment, 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 commitment. As these changes are happening, and as you might be clearing away negative energies or negative connections or relationships, you need to stay committed to yourself, not to give up on yourself. You need to stay committed to your manifestation, to where you don't say, oh, it's never going to happen, or I give up, or this is stupid, or this is too hard. You need to stay committed to you. You need to stay committed to that which it is that you are trying to manifest, so that it can manifest, so that it can happen. Those of you where there's going to be drama, this card is also saying, stay in your peace. Just stay in your peace and focus on your future. Don't let them come in and argue about, what's happening. Like we can even make up a little story here about her. We can maybe imagine that she's like got the mother-in-law from hell that was like trying to break them up, and she did not like her for her child or whatever, and was like, why are you marrying her, she's the worst. And maybe the mother-in-law went and said all this drama and started all this drama, and just made everything really tense leading up to that day. And we can just imagine that she's just walking down the aisle, looking at her person, looking at her spouse, looking at her her life partner that she's about to go commit to, and that's all she's focusing on. She's not going to worry about mom-in-law. She's not going to worry about the haters. She's not going to worry about the people that were going around trying to break them up or spread rumors about her, because she's confident in her relationship. She's confident in the love that this person has for her, and she's confident that this is what she wants to do, that she's going to go and commit. She's staying focused on what's important here. So you need to do the same. Stay focused on what is important here, and don't get pulled into anybody else's, whatever. Just focus on where you're headed, where you're trying to go, what your role is, how you can be prepared, and focus on you, and focus on the commitments and decisions that you're walking into for yourself. Okay. And next we have here, my darlings, ancestors. Okay, so this is going to apply in a couple of different ways for different ones of you. Some of you might be drawing closer to ancestors, and you may have ancestors that are showing up in your dreams, or that you're just kind of feeling or sensing that they're coming in to help you. And so some of you are having this energy of loved ones who've passed on, who are coming up around you right now, helping you break through certain obstacles or overcome certain obstacles, or give you guidance or wisdom in some way. Other ones of you are, and I know this is very controversial. Some people get very offended by the fact that I say this, and there would be some people that would even say, oh my gosh, this is, when Amethyst says this, you shouldn't listen to her, or this is so wrong. But some of you are breaking away from your ancestral line. And I know this is such a controversial thing, because there's this belief of, honoring your ancestors and being grateful to them, and following in their traditions and following in their path. Well, that can all be wonderful if you come from an ancestral line that you agree with, or that is the vibration that you're stepping into currently. But if you're coming from an ancestral line, that looking back, you're like, some of this is kind of low vibration, and I don't like the culture of dysfunction. I don't like the culture of abandonment or abuse or whatever it is that has followed the family line. Some of you are breaking out of that, okay? And for some of you, you do have ancestors on the other side who are helping you do this because they want to see the dysfunction broken. But some of you are like, oh no, like it's such a low energy that I just want nothing to do with it. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to tell you what you can or can't do, or what you should or shouldn't do. You need to do what resonates with you. But I do feel some of you are making decisions to cut ties with ancestral lines, and other ones of you are strengthening it. This is a general reading, so it's going to apply in different ways depending on what your circumstances are and what your situations are. Okay, but that's definitely the energy that I am feeling there for a lot of you. And if we look at the card on the bottom of the deck, kind of like the shadow card, we have celebration. So it lets us know that as you're going through all this stuff, I mean, look at this beautiful card. Just look at it. What is it saying to you? What's jumping out at you? I see those beautiful butterflies, which to me indicate transformation. You're going to go through this massive transformation. That pink that she's wearing with the flowers, it makes me think of romance. It makes me think of unconditional love. It makes me think of feeling beautiful. And we have celebration, things to celebrate, things to be happy about. So this is where you're headed. This was the card underneath the deck. All of this is happening for that moment to celebrate, or for that time to celebrate. So you are headed in that direction. Hopefully these messages are going to help you overcome any blocks that you might still be dealing with. Don't forget to take a sea salt bath. Don't forget to take if you can take a sea salt bath, maybe you're living somewhere where you don't have a bathtub. If you can't, you can just scrub yourself down with some sea salt. You can maybe make yourself a nice little cup of tea or something, and just light a candle and do a little ritual, and keep yourself hydrated and feel like you're cleansing yourself in that way. Sit and think about it. Meditate. What are some things that you can do that feel very cleansing for you, or give you a sense of releasing? And I know it came up in the beginning of the reading. I'm going to go ahead and say it again. Don't forget, guys, music that makes you feel the way you want to feel. Movies that show the kind of things that you're wanting to manifest. Just see yourself in that. Feel those feelings as if it's here, because your angels are already at work on it. And they've been on work at it for the past few weeks, past few months for some of you. So it is on the way. Hold that belief and hold that vibration. I thank you so much for watching, my dears, and I am wishing you a happy, happy new moon. I'm wishing you happy manifesting, and I thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to watch your weekly forecasts on the channel as well, and the channeled messages are coming. They are coming in the next couple of days, so keep an eye out for those as well. Take care, my dears.